You was a surprise that there is a lot of fans. They still remember your World Championship title after 11 years. No, 21 years.
No, 31 years. 31 years. So, yeah, it was a long time ago. I still have very fond memories of all of my racing career, especially the year we won the championship. And here at Circuit Simoncelli's was one of my favorite places to race. I love the area, I love the country, I love the food, I love the wine, I love the people. So it's a great place to come back and visit.
The number 34 does not still exist in MotoGP, but everybody still remembers.
You know, it was retired when I quit racing in '95, and nobody's been able to use it since. So it's quite an honor to have the number retired, that's for sure.
Freddie Spencer said, hey, take a look at this guy, he will be a world champion. What do you think now, 30 years later?
You know, Freddie was an amazing talent. I remember watching him in '83, '84, '85, and some of the stuff he did on a Grand Prix bike was amazing. So to get that compliment from Freddie was definitely a big boost to my career.
What do you think about the actual situation at MotoGP? Because it's Italian business affair, because there is no Japanese maker, no American driver, it's all Italian and Spanish driver.
You know, it's sad not to see any Americans in Grand Prix racing, that's for sure. The Italian and the Spanish are dominating right now. You know, Quartararo had some French representation out there for a little while, but you know, we look back into Moto3 and Moto2, not a lot's changing. We know Joe Roberts is doing better in Moto2. Maybe he's deserving of the transition into MotoGP, but you know, I think we still have a lot of talent in America. It's just a difficult avenue to get them into Grand Prix races.
Yeah, but the problem was we have Lawson, Roberts, Freddie Spencer. There was a long history of American driver, and nothing. It's only Italian-Spanish job. You
know, it's for me the way I got to Europe was racing for American Suzuki, and then the factory took me. You know, right now it seems like if a young kid wants to come to Europe and race, it's difficult because there's no manufacturer support in the series in America. So it's difficult to get them the avenue to get to Europe and get into Grand Prix racing or pre-Grand Prix classes like the Pre-Moto2, Pre-Moto3 championships.
So what do you think about the Japanese maker? Because in the past, Honda, Yamaha, Suzuki, they still win, and now if you look at in the first 10, there is all Italian.
You know, Quartararo finally made Q2 today, so it's a sad time for Yamaha and Honda. But the good thing is we know how strong they are, and we know they'll come back even stronger. So Ducati's got the upper hand, Aprilia and KTM are doing a good job continuing keeping support out there.
So do you think there is too much electronic, too much aerodynamics in the actual MotoGP?
Always, yeah. You know, they go back to the basics, put carburetors on them, let them have 300 horsepower if they want, but learn how to control it here instead of electronically. So it's, you know, it's safe for racing, I'm sure. You know, it's made the crashes less, but it's also made the racing a little bit more generic too.
What do you think is better to forbid in the MotoGP?
Yeah, electronic. First of all, electronic. I mean, they could get rid of the aerodynamics too. I think wings on motorcycles, yeah, they're cool, they're neat, obviously they're effective because lap times are continuing to drop. But the speed's getting so fast now that most of the tracks aren't safe enough for the motorcycles. You're continually having to try and make improvements to the circuit to keep it safe because the bikes are going, you know, 360 kilometers an hour now. It's way too fast.
They have two races, Sprint and the Grand Prix, maybe also too much races, too much risk.
You know, there really is. You know, I hope the riders are getting paid twice as much now because it's twice the risk, that's for sure.
Too much show and less sport.
Yeah. You know, I think giving everybody an extra day to get ready and just racing on Sunday, I think that was plenty. You know, I think the fans understand that Saturday qualifying is really important. You know, Friday's maybe not such an important day to be at the track, but Saturday and Sunday, even without a sprint race on Saturday, I think Saturday, the excitement around qualifying, they split it up into two groups like they have now, I think racing would still be super exciting in that race on Sunday. then it's that much more unpredictable.
Yeah. But what do you think about the Liberty Media that bought by all the MotoGP?
You know,
there is something good and something wrong in this situation.
Yeah, you know, it's interesting to see, because I think they've done an outstanding job with F1. When they bought F1, I thought, oh my gosh, well, you know, how could you do anything better than Bernie's always done? But Liberty's stepped in and I think showed the whole world that there could be improvements. And you know, the racing hasn't really gotten any better. That could just be Max Verstappen making the championship really boring, like Marc Marquez did for a long time in Grand Prix. So it'll be interesting to see kind of Liberty's approach to it. I know they have rules change coming for 27, and I think that's headed in the right direction. So hopefully we see more of that.
Yeah, and the crazy idea to have the same day the Formula One and MotoGP Grand Prix on the same track. I think it's crazy.
I think you know, I think it'll be difficult to do, but Liberty's pulled off some more crazier stuff than that. So we'll wait and see.
Which one, the last question, of the Formula One driver you can see in MotoGP will be good? Because from the Moto come to the Formula One is more easy than the switch, the different situation.
You know, I got to go ride some adventure bikes in Portugal with some of the F1 guys, older F1 guys. Yeah. Mark Webber, David Coulthard. And, you know, I think any of those guys could, given the right opportunity, could have gotten on a Grand Prix bike and done really well. You know, I think Lewis is the perfect fit for a motorcycle. He's not too big of a guy. Webber maybe a little bit less aerodynamic, but Mark rides an adventure bike really, really well.
Okay, wait and see. Thank you, Kevin.
Thank you.